Good morning, class 10th. Today we are going to start a new chapter of part A, session 5, basic writing skills. Well, I hope that this chapter you are familiar to this chapter because this is a very basic chapter of the English grammar and you all have studied that. I hope so. So it will not take that much time because there are basic definitions related to what are phrases, what are sentences, part of speech, definite and indefinite articles. That's it. There is nothing in this chapter. So we will complete this chapter today and I will share question answers of this chapter to you by today. And also this chapter will help you in improving your writing skills because I have checked your paper and I found that you all are trying to writing the bookish language or from Google. You are not taking interest in writing. All of your writing skills are very bad. You do not know how to innovate, how to write properly. Even you are in 10th class, you do not know how to write properly. So just listen this chapter carefully so that it will help you in improving your writing skills. So let's start. Writing skills. To communicate well, we must have a good command over the language in which we are communicating. We should also avoid any grammatical errors while writing. To improve our writing skills, we will study the basic components of English grammar and how they should be used effectively. Means sometimes what happens, we want to express our emotions, feelings or our thoughts in form of writing. So there must be proper use of words, vocabulary must be good. In the very first chapter, when there were 3 methods of communication given to you, verbal, non-verbal and visual. So we studied in verbal that there are 2 things. First one is oral, another is written. Okay. So this chapter is related to that written. Okay. So for writing, there must be a content, there must be a topic. You should know what to write, how to write properly, what is the correct way of writing, to the point, concise, clear and all the things. Whether you are writing a letter, whether you are writing a message to someone, that comes also under writing skills. So our first topic is phrase. What are phrases? When we communicate with each other, we express our thoughts and ideas through words. A group of words that makes complete sense is called a sentence. But what are phrases? Those they are not sentences that do not make complete sense, that are not sentences. We call them phrase. For example, in this you can see that I have few examples for you. Just like will walk, the green part is highlighted there, will walk. Does it make any sense? No. But if this will walk combined with a sentence, it will make a sense. For example, I will walk home, I flew to Paris, I want to run marathons. So to run marathons is a phrase and I want to run marathons is a sentence. This is the difference between a phrase and a sentence. Now see here, a phrase is a group of that does not express a complete thought, which does not has any kind of sense. We call it phrase. And what is a sentence? That makes a complete sense is called a sentence. For example, I write something like on a wall, in a corner, to learn French. What does it mean? Does it make any sense? No, it will not make any sense. But if I write, she wanted to learn French. She wanted to learn French. What is that? A sentence, because it has a sense. So this is the difference between phrase and sentence. A phrase does not have a subject or predicate or both. Phrase does not have any subject or predicate. We will study about subject and predicate at the end of this chapter. and whereas sentence has both subject and predicate. A phrase does not complete information about the subject or predicate, whereas a sentence gives complete information about the subject and the predicate. I told you that does not have any kind of sense, that is phrase which does not convey any meaning, but a sentence has a meaning, it conveys a meaning, and it has a sense. This is the difference between phrase and sentence. The highlighted word in this picture are phrase. If I write any of the green sentence, any of the green word like will walk, baking cakes, it does not have any sense, but if something is combined to it, it will become a sentence. Now we are going to study about few phrases given in your book. We have to study only these 5 phrases, types of phrases: noun phrases, verb phrases, adjective phrases, adverbial phrases, and prepositional phrases. Okay. See, noun phrases. It acts like a noun in a sentence. Okay. Just like, see this example. Here an example is given to you. The disabled woman was left out of the trip. So, about what we are talking? The disabled woman. And in this chapter, you have seen what is our noun? The tinny mouse. This is our noun. Now, what is verb phrase? Verb, we all know what is verb. See, was reading. So, what will be verb phrase? Was reading will be verb phrase. Here you can see that she was waiting for the bus to arrive. So, what will be the verb phrase? Was waiting. Okay. Next one is adjective phrase. So, what is this adjective phrase? An adjective phrase is built around an adjective and consists of adjectives. See, it describes the object. It is not given in this slide, but I have here. Very tall. For example, Radhika walked on the stage very gracefully. So, it is explaining that object, walk. And what will be the adjective phrase there? Very gracefully. Just like this giraffe is given here. So, this giraffe is very tall. What is the adjective phrase here? Very tall. Next one is adverb phrase. Adverb phrase means it is built around an adverb by adding words before it or after it. For example, it is given in your book. We strolled through the gardens very slowly. So, what will be the adverb? Very slowly. It is the adverbial phrase. And last one is prepositional phrase. What is prepositional phrase? A prepositional phrase can function as an adverb, adjective, or a noun and starts with a preposition. Just like you have studied about below, above, to, all these are preposition. So, for example, here an example is given to you. The screwdriver was on the chair. So, on the chair will be prepositional phrase because it starts with on, and on is our preposition. So, these are the types of prepositional phrase which are given into your book. You have to study about these 5 only. You do not have to study others. Now, what is a sentence? A group of words that makes a complete sense. I told you. Just like an example, Sheetal likes to sing. This makes sense. It is a sentence. But like to sing Sheetal, does it make sense? No, there is no sense. So, Sheetal likes to sing, that makes sentence because it has a sense. There are four kinds of sentences. We have assertive or declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. And you have to study it with yourself. I will share you the PDF of book. Now, and another topic is given to you, subject and predicate. What are subject and predicate? They are the parts of a sentence. Just like you can see through follow examples, every complete sentence has two parts, a subject and a predicate. A phrase never have a subject or predicate, but a sentence have a subject and predicate. So you can see that an example is given. A lot of examples are there. A boy is looking to hide himself during the rain. So what is the subject about which we are talking? We are talking about a boy. So our subject is a boy, and left one, and all the sentence which is left over, it will be our predicate. Next one, he hits his car with a pole while parking. So about which we are talking? About whom we are talking? We are talking about he. So he is our subject and the remaining will be our predicate. Okay. Now come to next topic, rules for writing a sentence. There must be a rule of writing a sentence. You cannot write directly. We have to follow some things while writing a sentence. First of all, spaces in between words, use your finger. Capital letter at the start of each sentence. Punctuation marks at the end of each sentence. Nice and neat writing, no sloppy writing. Try your best, write as much as you can. So these are those which are given into this image, but there are also more rules which are given into your book, like you use short sentences to mention, limit sentence content, they must be concise. We are studying since the starting of chapter that whatever we are writing, that must be concise, limit sentence content, economies on words, arrange the sentence in proper sequence, design sentence to emphasis on the topic. These are the writing rules, how to write. Next one is parts of speech. What is that parts of speech? Each word in English grammar belongs to particular class or part of speech. There are a lot of chapters in grammar na? There is not only a single chapter, there are a lot of chapters in grammar. So here they have divided 8 parts of speech. And what are these? Noun, adverb, adjective, verb, preposition, conjunction, pronoun and interjection. So what are these? First of all, study about noun. A noun is a name of person, place, thing or anything. So for example, it can be a name of your friend. Your name is also a noun. The place, like London, a table, a student, teacher, apple and so on. Okay. Next is adverb. An adverb tells how often, how, when, where. It can describe a verb and adjective or an adverb that explain or describe a verb is called adverb. For example, loudly. Okay, loudly. Here it is explaining that verb. जैसे that person is singing loudly. So he is explaining, it is explaining singing, and adverb will be loudly. Next one is verb. What is a verb? A verb is a word or group of words that describe an action. To describe an action, whose task is this? It is a task of verb. For example, whatever you are doing is a verb. जैसे look, he is looking at me. So what is the verb here? Looking. Okay. Next one is adjective. An adjective describes a noun. For example, the giraffe is tall. So it is explaining the giraffe that giraffe is tall. So what will be the adjective here? Tall. Next one is preposition. I told you that in, on, below, to, for, from, all these are preposition. A preposition is used before a noun, pronoun or gerund to show place, time, direction in a sentence. Means what is the place or direction of direction in a sentence, preposition will tell. जैसे the book is, where is the book? The book is on the table. He is going to meet him. I am waiting for you. So all these are preposition. Next one is conjunction. Conjunction join words or group of words in a sentence. Those words by which we can join a group of words or words, we call it conjunction. जैसे राम एंड श्याम है ना, राम एंड श्याम. And he will come but he was suffering from, नहीं, he reached home late at night but we didn't go to sleep. We reached home late at night but we didn't go to sleep immediately. It is also given in your book. You can check example of conjunction from here also. Now what is pronoun? Pronouns replace the name of a person, place, thing or idea in a sentence. For example, in place of a name, if I am using he, she, it, him, her, all these are pronouns. Those words which can be used in place of a person, place or thing are pronoun. जैसे कि Ram is going, so I can use he is going. Okay, so here he is replaced by Ram because here he is pronoun. We are using pronoun in place of that name. And what is interjection? Interjection express strong emotion and is often followed by an exclamation point. जैसे sometimes we have different kind of feelings, like we are feeling like we are sad, we are happy, we are surprised. So after that we use exclamation point in writing, not in oral, in written. For example, well, aha, yeah, oops, all these are interjection. Now types of articles, the very easy topic, a, an or the. Typical articles are nothing but a, an or the. You need to know where to use them properly, and there are two types. First one is definite and second one is indefinite. Okay, so what are indefinite? Use of a and an are the two indefinite articles, and what are definite? Only the will be there. Okay, there are few examples given at the end of this picture. जैसे do you have a pencil? I want to have an apple. These are indefinite. Indefinite means indefinite something which is not clear, obvious or exact, but which is universal truth or exact. We call it definite article. That is why we use the there. जैसे कि in definite article you can see the example, the cat sat on the couch. So this is fixed, this is exact, that the cat sat on the couch. But on the other side they are asking, do you have a pencil? It must be exact or it can be false. So there are possibilities of that. That is why we call it indefinite article, and definite article will be which is true. Now your last topic is how to write perfect paragraphs. So in English language, a paragraph is a basic unit of composition. A paragraph consists of several sentences grouped together to talk about the main subject. Thus a paragraph is essentially a collection of sentences that relate to one central topic. For example, in earlier classes we used to write essays, like in 5th to 8th class we used to write essays, or we can call it paragraph writing. What was it? It was related to a single topic on which we have to give our opinions, we have to write down it in a proper manner. So there must be some rules, like we have studied about what things should we keep in mind while preparing a presentation. Like that we have also a few rules and few things which should be keep in mind while writing a paragraph. First of all, a topic. You must have a topic, a fixed topic on which you should write that paragraph. After that, you should give a brief introduction about the topic. What is the theme of your paragraph? That is the topic sentence or reason is there. Introduction. In the introduction you must tell the reason. Okay. Next is support or explanation. After the introduction, in introduction you will focus on like you are going to cover those areas, and in explanation you are going to explain whatever you have mentioned in your introduction. For example, जैसे I am writing about an essay on pollution. Okay, so in first point means in introduction I must know which kind of pollution are there, है ना, and how is it affecting. But if I need to explain them, then I will go to the explanation part, and whatever I have written in the introduction I will have to explain that. In the last one, after the explanation, we have to write a brief about whatever we have written at the above. We call it conclusion. After illustrating your point with relevant information, add a concluding sentence that summarizes the points made in the paragraph. In the end, whatever we have explained above in our essay or paragraph, we have to give just few points about that in the end. Proofread. At the end of writing, your teacher always told you that read it again, so that you can check your mistakes by own. It is a revision. A crucial part of writing a good paragraph is proofreading and revision, so you can check if there is any mistake. Now last one is rules for writing a paragraph. Give the paragraph uniformity. Keep the paragraph short. Use topic sentences. Leave out unnecessary details. And the paragraph with a concluding sentence. At the end of chapter, I will also give you an assignment of writing a paragraph. You should know how to write it. I will share a PDF with you so that you can write according to that. And I have checked your papers. You have not written according to the given marks. This is a very bad thing. I have given you a question according to, you have to write there according to 10 marks, and you have just filled a single page, only one side. That is a very bad thing. For at least 10 marks, you should have to fill at least 3 complete pages according to the marks. So I hope from next time it will not be repeated. And read this chapter carefully. I will share the PDF with you. And before 14 there will be one test from your side, and I will share the topics with you, and there will be one assignment also.